So generally, feminists hate the Catholic Church, but I think there's a lot of reasons they should actually love the Catholic Church. And I'm going to give you a few that I think are important that if you're a feminist, you need to really think about, or if you have a family member or a friend you need to share with and let them think about this. Number one, the 13th century, the Catholic Church made marriage a sacrament. I mean, it was something very holy, and to follow a sacrament, you have to follow it completely for it to be holy, to be grace in your life. And it states that a woman has to consent and choose to be married. Not under compulsion. That's even today when a woman's going to be married. The priest will talk and say, "Are you sure? No one's forcing you into this." Okay? So, if you weren't sold off to the highest bidder and you married the person you chose, you should thank the Catholic Church. Because in most of the world where Christianity hasn't taken hold yet, in Muslim countries and Hindu countries, they still do give it to the highest bidder. Or they arrange it, whoever the parents think is best, for whatever reason. But usually it has to do with money. Okay? And it wasn't just the 13th century. The Catholic Church made it an official sacrament in the 13th century. But the Catholic Church from the very first century put women at such a higher level than they've ever been before. Before they were treated as property. It was the Catholic Church that elevated them because of Christ. Because Christ elevated them. Christ said there's no female or male in the Christian community. We're all equal. That's in the Bible. Look it up. Christ also told husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Just think about that, how Christ died for us. So there's no greater love than a man dies for his friend. So we're to love our wives, and that was from the first century. And the pagan world seen this. That's why there were so many converts. The converts, women to men, were 4 to 1. There was like the amount of women in the church were like quadruple of the men in the first century. Because you see, in pagan Rome in the first century, it was a total patriarchy, where the man could discard a baby girl for any reason. Usually, if a boy looked weak when he was born, deformed, they would throw him away. And if it was a girl, they would throw him away many times. There's actually a letter that was been authenticated by historians where this Roman soldier wrote to his wife and said, if you give birth before I get back, if it's a boy, keep him. If it's a girl, discard him. And the way they would discard him was usually they would throw him into the forest for wild beasts to eat him, or they would starve to death. But this new religion of Christians would go into the forest and rescue these girls and raise them with dignity. And from the very beginning, the Christian church, the Catholic Church, banned abortion in their community, banned infanticide in their community, and they treated women with respect, great respect. Women were given authority that they never had and elevated to a status they never had. And you see in these other countries where there's no Christianity, they're still treated like property and dogs, And Iran and Saudi Arabia just gave women a right to drive. In 2018, women got a right to drive in Saudi Arabia, But they're still not allowed to go out without a family member, a male, or a husband, or a brother, or a father. So thank God for the Catholic Church, because we've changed things dramatically. And like I said, in addition to that, we were always against abortion. And abortion was always against women, infanticide and abortion in ancient days. And even today, if you look in China, they have selective birth abortion, where when these Chinese people find out they have a daughter, they're aborting them again. It's gotten so bad that someone coined the term gendercide. It's like gendercide. It's like genocide, but against women. So the Catholic Church is a friend to women, and every woman that's in the feminist movement needs to rethink their position, because they're being deceived. They're being deceived by people telling them it's their right to kill their baby girl, their unborn baby girl. They're being deceived to think that the church is against them, when it was a church that lifted them up. It was Christ who said, love your wife like I love the church. So, like I said, there's many other points I can make, but think about those few. God bless.